So Johan is on vacations today. That is why he asked me to substitute him for today's meeting. We have a couple of topics in today's agenda. Let's start with the Bosch DNS issue on the noble stem cell. This is actually the issue opened by Dave originally here, and after that, step by step, we started to follow up here with the Diego colleagues and the Bosch colleagues, and finally, it turned out that it is a DNS resolution issue inside the application container. And here also Beihan joined me to help with the investigation. And after that, Johan decided to organize a meeting with the local Diego colleagues here from the SAP. We discussed together what could be the resolution of the issue. This is the comment from the Plamen Bardarov from the Diego team here from Sofia. And the latest result is that Joseph Palermo has provided a new dev stem cell, which we could evaluate from our side. But as I see, there is an additional comment from him that he would want to provide an additional fixes. That is why I wonder, maybe isn't it the best option to wait for the latest fixes, and then we try to evaluate this deaf novel stem cell release. And yeah. Yes, Dave.
No, I just say I think that makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah. I see that Johan tried something on the Bellatrix environment, and currently most of the tests, let me open, are successful. Only 2 tests are failing, or not actually. This is not the case. He showed me this result actually, 180 pass, but he mentioned that he tried this proposal from the Puama and Bardarov here to configure these disable recursors on the Bosch DNS jobs, but yes, let's wait for this release. And what is my idea is to upload this release to the Bosch director, adjust the CF deployment manifest, deploy XCF manually, and try to run the CATS test here to see what is the result.
Yeah, makes sense.
All right, this is regarding the Bosch DNS issue. The build next topic in the agenda are the build packs, which are already published again on Bosch.io. That is why in the CF deployment released 48.1, we can see that we have lots of new versions of the build packs here.
Yeah, it was paused now since I think November last year, where we had no updated releases anymore on Bosch.io.
Yes.
Okay.
So they transitioned their build infrastructure, I think, to GitHub Actions, right?
Yeah,
if we check, for example, the
there
Java
were
build
some
pack
CI issues, and it took just time to resolve them.
to be resolved. Yes.
Mhm.
So Java build pack, as I see here, the latest version is 475, which is the same here in our almost latest release here. So this is good that we have the latest build packs releases. And there is one pull request here, which we can have a look together. This is from Konstantin Lapko from the Diego team, who is trying to add acceptance test for file-based service bindings on Windows. I saw that here Carson and Johan already requested changes, but there is no feedback from the colleague, and it is still open.
Yeah, for these acceptance tests, they will anyway need some changes. I mean, the feature itself is not yet finished, not yet rolled out. That may happen in the next 1 or 2 weeks because there was a change in the RFC. And when we have that, then we will also have to adapt the cuts because there are now 2 variants for these file-based service bindings, and 1 feature flag was renamed. I mean, minor things, but yeah, it has to be done. For the Windows stuff, that's something separate. So here, yeah, I hope that the PR
Yeah, all right,
okay and can run, but we cannot test it yet. So this one is probably on hold for now.
All right. And maybe we can also discuss, do we need a new cuts release?
Yeah, that was something I added. I PR'd in a fix earlier this week that got merged in to skip the Windows SSH tests if include SSH is false, because it's affecting some of our test environments that have SSH access blocked. So I was hoping to cut a minor release with that change, just to unblock us. So I didn't know if there were any concerns from your side on that, or if I'm okay to just run the job to cut a release there.
Should work.
Yeah, no concerns.
No concerns with Windows, no, from our side. So we don't
Okay.
have it.
Cool. I'll go ahead and shepherd that through CI today then.
Super. Okay. And anything else to discuss beside these topics in the agenda? If you have something in addition.
One off topic of the agenda, maybe Stefan knows here more. It's about IPv6. Is there something that's coming up towards us for CDF deployment, doing some tests, cuts tests, validation pipeline, stuff like this? So currently the plan is a little bit unclear time-wise. So that's,
plans time-wise in the community is always a best guess, and it progresses as it progresses, right? Well, there's this RFC proposal by Alex Leis that is currently open for comments. I would assume that Alex approaches you as well. So I have tomorrow meeting with him for some cloud controller specific changes that are required for IPv6. And at least I commented on this RFC that most likely we will need a dedicated pipeline for validating IPv6. Once there is something, I mean, in the very beginning, you need at least a bubble environment and a working BOSH, right, before you can do anything. And then I also proposed that we have a dedicated experimental ops file from the beginning, enable IPv6 or something like that, where the different components can then integrate as soon as there is something. In the beginning, it's empty, it does nothing. And then because I assume that every single Bosch release will have configuration parameters that are specific for IPv6 and to enable the support. So for the cloud controller, we need, for instance, a switch that then changes the validation rules for application security groups so that the IPv6 format is recognized, things like that. And yep.
Will there be somehow a ping then towards us when we should start somewhere, or is this something where we should be proactively or maybe start as soon as possible, maybe working on the validation pipeline, or?
Yeah, maybe. I think right now there is little you can do. Maybe have a meeting with Alex Leis to find out, and the RFC is still under discussion. It's not yet accepted.
Okay, so we are still in the early phase of the RFC.
Yeah.
But SAP wants to ship it, no? In June.
Of course, yesterday. And what can possibly go wrong?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's on the wish list, I would say.
Yeah, this is the way. It's fine.
Okay. Good. Okay. Anything else from Carsten, Dave, your side, or?
No, I think we're good.
Okay, sounds good.
Okay. Thanks, colleagues, for the attending, and
Sure.
see you in 2 weeks.
All right.
See you.
Good to see
Bye-bye.
everyone.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.